this demonstration we're going to look at installing the Virtual Machine Manager self-service portal. This will allow the user roles that we created earlier on to actually come in, create virtual machines and manage virtual machines as well. So what we have to do first of all is install IIS. So we'll come into Server Manager. Once we get into Server Manager, the next thing to do is actually install some roles. So we'll come to the Roles tab. Click Add Roles once it's finished collecting the data. And the roles that we want to install here is the IIS web server. So click Next here. Come down to Web Server IIS. Then we'll click Next. Select Next again, and now we need to install some additional role services. So what we're going to go for is we're going to go for ASP.NET. Add all the required role services as well. We'll then come down, we need to install Windows Authentication. We also need the IIS 6 Metabase compatibility. We need the IIS 6 WMI compatibility. Once we've added in all of these additional roles, all we need to do is click Next, click Install. Now what will happen is it will now install IIS. So while this is completing, we'll just pause the video and return back once IIS is installed. Okay, I'll finish doing all of this, so we'll just close this down. Come out of the Server Manager, and the next thing to do will be to actually install the VMM self-service portal. Right, so I've now inserted the System Center Virtual Machine Manager hard disk DVD into the Virtual Machine Manager. So what I'm going to do here is I'm now just going to install the VMM self-service portal. So we'll come to the VMM self-service portal. Wait for it to just come through and extract all the files. We'll then accept the terms of this license agreement after reading it. So we'll click Next. We won't do the Microsoft update. Just checking the hardware and software requirements, they're fine. So we'll click our Next button. We'll just install it in the default location. And in the case of the web server settings, we can see the Virtual Machine Manager server is NYC VMM. Port number for communication 8100. We're going to use port 80 for the self-service portal, and in IIS we've already changed the binding on the default website. We're not going to bother with host headers because we are using port 80. So what we'll now do, just click our Next button. Check everything out here. Next thing to do, click Install. Now this will take a little while for this to install, so we'll pause the video at this point and return back once the installation is complete. Installation is complete, so we won't bother checking for any Virtual Machine Manager updates. Close down the screen. We're now ready to go, so we now have this website installed. So just exit out of everything. So next thing to do, just come into Internet Explorer. Within Internet Explorer, all we're going to do is just go to https://nyc-vmm. Continue on this website. We've got a self-signed certificate. Now this brings us to the login screen. So what we'll do here is we'll just leave it as it is. This just proves the fact that we have actually got access to the System Center Virtual Machine Manager, and in a later demo we look at actually using the Virtual Machine Manager self-service portal to create virtual machines and manage virtual machines. Thanks very much.